Hello everyone, day 5 of our Japan trip with the YPO MXN Manufacturing Excellence in Japan. Now today we're going to go to a company that specializes in metal stamping, MIFUNE, and they are a direct supplier to Toyota, and they're really a high precision progressive die manufacturer. And it was quite interesting. The thing I like best about this plant, of all the tours we've been on, is they let us take pictures and videos of everything. So we really got to see things, and we're going to be able to show you some very cool processes. So this is their progressive die line. They'll have 4 dies in a row. They progressively stamp out the parts. They basically have 0 defects. They built quality into the process, and the result is they produce a very precision, high quality part. Now, one of the most interesting things that we got to film was actually the die swap change out. So what he's doing here is he takes this forklift down and he actually gets on it, which is a little interesting. And then on the left-hand side there are all the progressive dies categorized accordingly to the part. He brings the die onto the forklift, takes it down, and then rolls it over onto these tables. Now these tables roll on a track forward and back, and then they also have a swing gate that goes down and rolls into the machine for loading. It's very interesting. This 360-degree turret coil winding system allows the progressive die to be fed with the material, and then this is a qualifying tool which tells you whether or not the part is being made correctly. And as we walked around, we noticed that the president of the company gave us a great lecture, really cool guy, has a fuel cell car from Toyota, brand new, state-of-the-art. It's very interesting. He's totally bought into the Toyota system. Now, these cells were fascinating because these people barely moved. If you see how they positioned everything very carefully, so they have very little motion, and she goes through this cycle of filling one of these bins. It takes about 3 minutes. I sped it up, and then she grabs the Kanban card. The Kanban card goes on to the front bin. She puts it in right there, and then the bin goes and gets some newspaper on top of it. She grabs another bin, puts newspaper on the bottom, and then begins to fill it. And that cycle takes about 3 minutes. And then strategically positioned are all of their tools that she needs for the spot welding. Now the spot welding process here is fascinating as well. Look at the fluidity in which they work. I mean, they are like machines, if you will. This woman, though, is the best. She's actually picking up another part before she even finishes the last part. Watch this. Picks up another part. She's still working on the other part. That's how smooth and fluid she is with everything. This one is fascinating too. The washer is inserted on and then spot welded. Look at this. They have really designed these systems with so little waste. It is remarkable. And then their Kanban system is quite profound as well. It's thorough, and it's throughout the entire company, and it works very, very well. Sherry presented the president with an award and appreciation and gratitude for all he allowed us to see and do, and particularly, again, the videos that we got to take were great. It was really a great experience. Again, in Japan, it never ceases to amaze us, all the things we learn from these small companies and large companies. Then we're on to the high-speed bullet train, and we travel to Tokyo. See a lot of interesting landscapes along the way, and then we see them speed clean the trains. In just a couple minutes, a whole crew comes on and cleans the whole tray. Then we get into Tokyo. Carl's a little late. We're waiting for him, but that's okay. And then by far, my favorite is Tadahiro. He gives us a lecture on the history of his company, starting all the way back from the making of samurai swords to then bridge building. Then after bridge building, they get into building high-rise structures, and then he develops an entire aerospace division where he builds twin-engine helicopters and gets them certified. Now, to think about this, everywhere you go in Tokyo, all these buildings are made by his company. Now, the twin-engine helicopter that his company developed was certified and then sold to Bell as a certification program. They made about 10 of them, and then after that program was stopped, they actually got into robotics that would actually work collaboratively with people in the factory floor. The technological prowess of Kawada Industries is just remarkable, and Tadahiro was an amazing individual that spent the entire week with us. Then we were lectured to by one of the top professors from Toyota University. Sherry made a presentation of thanks to him. And then, as always, we had an amazing Japanese dinner at the base of the Tokyo Tower, which was, again, very beautiful in a fantastic setting. And we had a lot of awards and appreciation for everybody that worked so hard for the trip, for John and Matt and Carl, and everybody that put their blood, sweat, and tears to make this one of the most amazing trips to Japan you could ever go on. We were surrounded by people of the highest caliber from Japan, as well as participants from YPO and WPO from all over the world, and we appreciated all the work so much that people put into it, and Sherry herself was just really a spearhead to making this whole trip everything that it was. And wow, another day, day 5. Can you imagine what day 6 is going to be like? Well, you're going to find out very soon.